Hi, it's Matthew Dixon of mindaid.ca. I'm thinking, and that could be dangerous. I Richard Lote, someone I know, he did an event across Canada 10, 12, 14 years ago or so, and he raised money for food banks across Canada, and he put on road hockey games. I think it was called, I'd have to go back to the website. I think it's still online, but there's articles around it. 5-hole for food, I think he called it. 5-hole is a term for road hockey. And he put on events with numerous road hockey games going on at once in 16, I think, cities across Canada. And he had NHL players backing, giving endorsements and whatnot. He raised millions of dollars for food banks across Canada. And that stuck in my head. I'm thinking of how to travel across Canada. There are some countries I don't have the mental health to go to. I've got schizophrenia, so it's a bit hard for me to wrap my head around doing certain things that other people can do more easily than I could. But I can go across Canada. I went across Canada by bicycle in 2023, so I can do that. I'm not much of one for big cities. I can go into them, but I prefer smaller towns, to be honest. And I'm just thinking, I'm thinking of a way. Again, thanks to everyone who donated to help me get across Canada by bike last summer. I would love to bike across Canada again. I'll never say never on that one, but I'm thinking if I drive across Canada, well, who's going to donate to get me across Canada? It's sort of like, who's going to pay for Matthew to have a vacation all summer? It doesn't seem quite right. Even biking across Canada again this summer, I, again, don't have the funds to do that right now, right this second, but I would feel bad saying to people, oh, do you want to donate to have me bike across Canada again? I don't know. There's thousands of dollars there, and yeah. So I'm thinking, what can I do that would be effective in raising funds for mental health with me going across Canada by car? And I'm revisiting Richard Lote's thing that he did. Is there some sort of event I could put on as I go across Canada? Something I could do out of my car? Could I go, or with other people, with a couple vehicles, whatever, and go to places, put on an event for a few days, week, whatever it is, and then move on to another place? And is that something I could do? I'm not saying I will. I don't know what my plans are for this summer, but I just sit here and think about stuff, and I thought, what could I do? I'm not much of a hockey fan. Technically, I could put on road hockey to raise funds for mental health. I'm a huge dancer. I love dancing. I put on my first dance event, but I'm not great at DJing. I would prefer someone else to do that. And could I put on street dances across Canada? Is that an idea? Would that go over well? Are there other things? I'm sitting here thinking, what can I do? I'm asking for your suggestions. If any of you can think of anything that might help out with this. If this did work out and it sounded like a good plan and it could raise a lot of money for mental health, then yeah, I'd probably run with it. And if anyone has any suggestions to get a vehicle or two donated, sponsored, whatever, to go across, I'd like to have something. If we did get that, I'd like to have a vehicle that's very good on gas, like a Toyota Prius or something. The Toyota Prius gets 55 miles a gallon. The Toyota Corolla gets 44 miles a gallon, I think. So there are options for that. Right now, I have a Subaru Outback. It's 2016. It's got 200,000 kilometers on it, and I get about 30 miles a gallon on it. But yeah, when would I start this? If this happened, well, it's that's a big if. There's things that would have to fall into place before that would happen, but I could go out and start on Vancouver Island sooner than the rest of Canada. I wouldn't be big on doing this in the winter months. I could if it was more indoors. Hockey could be played outdoors, you could say, but could start in Vancouver Island when it's warmer, say even February, March. At the very latest, go across Canada starting April. I think most places in Canada, maybe not so much in the mountains in BC and Alberta in April would be good. But April for most of the country, April to September, October, I would love to do something like that. I love meeting people. There's a book by David Topus called Talk to Strangers. He says he made more money. He's a New York City business person, and he said he made more money traveling all across America and overseas sometimes, meeting people, talking to people in taxi cabs, restaurants, airports, hotels, than he did staying at home in his office. So he started traveling places for no reason. He wasn't going to a conference or an event or a meeting. He just got in a plane and flew places, often the longest route possible, and he met more people and made more business that way. So that's in my head too. I know, more people across Canada know of Mind Aid now because of my bike ride across Canada this past summer. So anyway, that's what's rumbling around in my old noggin today. If you have any suggestions, throw them out there. If I could make this work, yeah. The other thing is that I'm turning 90% sure Mind Aid's going to be a co-op here pretty soon, and I don't know about. That's a work in progress. I don't. If I'm going across Canada this summer raising funds, that would not mean I'm neglecting the Mind Aid Co-op. That I'm hoping the Mind Aid Co-op is something I could do remotely. That would be very appealing to me. And yeah. Anyway, thoughts, suggestions, ideas, feedback. Love to hear them. Talk to you later.